The only movie actually you should not forget on Christmas is Gremlins, but that's just a whole nother story and a debate. Greetings, I'm Fox Indigo. I'm your Black movie and television critic. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, Fox on Flix. Here on this channel, I'll be reviewing blockbusters. If you want to listen to any of my TV reviews, Black TV reviews, you can actually listen to me on Spotify, and I will put the link to my podcast in the description. 2020 is almost over. I know a lot of you are probably really happy about this. Yay, 2020 over. It's finished. 2021 is about to begin, but unfortunately, COVID is still here, and many of us are still in lockdown. Many of us are still unemployed. Many of us really don't have much to do but watch the many different streaming services. We have Netflix, we have Hulu, we have Amazon, there's HBO Max. So what is there to watch? What isn't worth watching? Whose recommendations should you trust? Well, I'm glad you're here on my channel. I'll let you know if it's worth watching, or is it just the typical cliche movie we've seen time and time and time again. This week I decided to watch a Christmas movie. It's the holiday season. I do not like Christmas movies. I'm not into Home Alone, Christmas with the Crank, This Christmas. I am not a Christmas person at all. But That One Thing was a Netflix original. It's written by David E. Talbert, and it's the musical Jingle, Jangle, A Christmas Journey. Jingle, Jangle, A Christmas Journey is rated PG. And if you're not familiar with David E. Talbert, he's also the writer and director of Baggage Claims. Jingle, Jangle stars Forest Whitaker as Geronicus Jangle. Madeline Mills is Journey. We also have Keegan-Michael Key as Gustafson. The movie also stars Anika Noni Rose, Ricky Martin, and everybody's mother, now grandmother, Felicia Rashad. Okay, so I'm going to warn you, for those who are not into musical, that this movie is just that. I'm pretty sure some of you have heard this now and are like, I don't want to watch this movie. For me, it wasn't a problem. I love musicals. I love singing and dancing. And of course, when it's Black people, then it's Black excellence. So of course, I'm going to watch it. Make this movie the Christmas movie that you watch every year. Forget Home Alone. Forget the stupid Adam Sandler movie. The only movie actually you should not forget on Christmas is Gremlins, but that's just a whole nother story and a debate. If you do have any suggestions, tell me which Christmas movies you're watching. What's your favorite Christmas movie? Comment below. Let me know if I'm wrong, whether Gremlins is a Christmas movie. I believe Gremlins is. He says it isn't. I believe I'm right. So Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, it opens up with a brother and sister the night before Christmas, and their grandmother comes to tell them a story. She sees that one of her grandchildren seems a little bit disheartened, and she decides it's time to tell them a new Christmas story. And that Christmas story happens to be the invention of Geronicus Jangle. We learn from the very, very beginning that Geronicus Jangle is the world's best toy maker. Everybody flocks to his shop. He has the most innovative toys, and he has a family. He has a wife and a young daughter named Jessica, and there's also an apprentice named Gustafson who strives to be just as great as his mentor, Geronicus. There's a whole bunch of excitement in the shop. Geronicus has received a package that he's been waiting for that is going to propel his next invention into the stratosphere. Because of his impatient, Gustafson decides that he's going to steal his mentor's book of 30 inventions for himself, and he completely disappears. This throws Geronicus down the dark tunnel. He loses everything. He no longer has this beautiful, wonderful shop. People stop coming. Eventually, his wife dies, and because of that, he falls into a deeper turmoil, which eventually pushes his daughter Jessica away. Fast forward, Geronicus is an older man in his shop alone, but he does have two frequent visitors. There's a young boy, Edison, who admires him, thinks he's one of the greatest inventors still living. And then there's a postal woman named Mrs. Johnston who has a peculiar talent of being able to tell what's in the mail without opening it. It's clear that Mrs. Johnston has like a thing for Geronicus, but he isn't having any of it at all. He's completely disinterested. A few days before Christmas, Mr. Delacroix, the representative of the bank, comes to let Geronicus know that moving forward, the bank is no longer going to be able to loan him any more money. If Geronicus cannot come up with the money or something spectacular, he's going to lose the shop that he has. It's a done deal. The bank is going to take everything. While this is all happening, somewhere else we find out that Jessica, Geronicus's daughter, has had a daughter of her own, and her name is Journey. Like her mother, she's an inventor of her own. She's smart and she is very clever. Journey has been invited to stay with her grandfather for the Christmas season, just to find out that Geronicus has no idea who she is or even what her name is. You can't stay with me. Children get in the way of things. Like, children are an energy vacuum. That doesn't stop Journey at all. She moves in regardless of what her grandfather says. Journey's extremely happy. She loves her grandfather. She showers Grandpa Jay with tons of love and affection. She understands the language in which her grandfather invents. So life hasn't been completely bad for everybody. Gustafson has become the #1 favorite toy maker in the world. And this is all due to the inventions that he stole from Geronicus. Now, the book that he stole has run out of inventions and he has nothing else to give the public. Instead of deciding to invent something on his own, he decides to go back and see if he can steal another invention. Like a snake, Gustafson lies in wait and he watches as Journey and Edison discover a peculiar invention in Geronicus's shop. Gustafson sees this and decides that he's going to steal this new invention, and he does. Fortunately for Geronicus, Journey and Edison, they decide to actually save the invention and bring it back. Pretty straightforward plot, right? That's exactly where I'm going to stop. I'm not going to give you any more. You really need to watch it for yourself. Without trying to sound corny, this movie really is magical. I'm not a Christmas person. I do love musicals, but this should be a movie that every Black family should be watching every Christmas moving forward. There are so many themes and imagery that are in the movie and messages that's for us. It's not a corny Christmas musical. If you're a Black person that says you don't like musicals, but you're constantly listening to hip hop and other types of music, that doesn't make sense to me. It's giving me Usher vibes. It's giving me In Vogue vibes. It took me to church. The songs are so catchy. I have found myself humming and singing the songs. The music is modern enough for you and your children to kind of rock out to for the Christmas season. It's inspirational. The songs are all about finding yourself again, about the possibilities of having whatever aspiration and goal. That's what I want you to get from this review. Not necessarily that, oh, this is a musical and I'm not gonna watch it, or this is a Christmas story and I'm not gonna watch it, or oh, she told me some of the plot so I'm not gonna watch it. No, sit down and watch this movie with your grandmother, because that's who Felicia Richard is. She's that grandmother teaching her younger generation about their ancestors. And that's the real underlining message of this whole musical. That the young can re-inspire the old, and the old have to realize how much inspiration they give to the younger generation. I really did love this movie. After you eat, have your little eggnog, your Henny, your Henny and ice, your Henny and apple juice. Sit down with your family and put on the musical. Oh, well, Fox, it sounds like there's nothing bad about this movie. There were some things that I thought could be a little bit better, but besides that, this movie is a fucking A. There were a few things that I thought could change, or maybe I just didn't really appreciate about the movie. There was the young boy Edison, and though I loved that they had a male character, they kind of made him a little bit of a wimp. I just thought they could have made him a stronger boy presence. Also, what I found a little bit weird, I have noticed this in other movies, especially if it's a movie produced and directed by someone who's white. Jessica's character as a young girl was this fair-skinned black girl, and when she got older, a darker tone. So I'm like, our tones changed slightly, but not that drastic. I thought to myself, why couldn't you have just casted a darker skinned young girl to play Jessica? Comment below if you think I'm just being ridiculous with that, or if that's something in movies that you've noticed. I think it's kind of freaking weird, or is it just me? I was impressed. I watched it 3 times. Thank you, David E. Talbert, for giving us a Christmas movie of our own. Well, friends, we've come to the end of my review. I hope that you watch it on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Day. It's not a threat. If you're a lover of film, subscribe to my channel. If you're a lover of black films, subscribe to my channel. If you're a lover of black women, if you're a lover of black culture, and if you're a lover of black excellence, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share with others in the community. Please leave your comments below. I would love to know what other black movies I should be seeing. Who do you think actually has the best black movies? Is it Netflix? Is it Hulu? Is it Amazon? Is it Disney Plus? Check out my podcast. It is on Spotify. It's called Fox on Flix, the television edition. The link is down below in the description. Friend, I appreciate you every time you visit my channel. Let's uplift our community. Let's let the world know that we're into black excellence. We spice up your life. I'm here to spice up yours. So I'm Fox Indigo. This is Fox on Flix, and that's a wrap.